Hello and a very warm welcome to Daily Dispatch, a show that gives you all the latest news and updates from the digital ecosystem. I'm Priya Sheth. Thank you very much for logging in. Time now to get you all the top news stories that we've been tracking for you this evening. Well, first up, tech-enabled B2B platform of business has raised as much as $110 million in funding led by Falcon Edge Capital. The round also saw participation from existing investors. Now, Off Business plans to use these funds to increase its industrial supply chain, deepen its presence in existing geographies. Well, moving on to the second headline of the day, tech-led NBFC focused on financial inclusion, Avanti Finance has raised $26 million in Series A round, as well as debt from Oiko Credit, as well as Nomura and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Avanti will be using these funds to strengthen its platform and expand its presence to accelerate the livelihoods purpose credit and other financial products to the next 100 million unserved and underserved households in India. Well, online trading platform Grow has raised $83 million in a Series D round. This values the fast-growing startup at more than $1 billion. The startup said it will be using these funds from the current round to expand its product suite, hire talent, as well as invest heavily in financial awareness aimed at millennials. Well, moving on to the final headline of the day, one more startup has attained unicorn status. Indian social network ShareChat has raised a new financing round that values it at over $2 billion. Now, ShareChat has raised $500 million in a Series E round led by Tiger Global. Now, ShareChat, which claims to have over 160 million users, offers its social network app in 15 Indian languages and has a large following in small Indian cities and towns. Well, moving on to our second segment, I have with me someone who has been in the digital health space. And when you talk about digital health and well-being, we're talking about Healthify Me. And I have with me Tushar Vashisht. Thank you very much for joining us today. Over the last couple of months, there have been a lot of subscribers who have been looking at, apps for personal well-being and health and fitness and, losing some weight, considering that work from home has become a thing of the present and is going to continue for the next couple of months. So what's been the traction that you've seen at Healthify Me?
It's been a privilege to run a digital health company in these times. We've just clocked 20 million users and almost 10 million of them joined in the course of the last 1 year. And it's been a privilege to help these 10 million customers lead a healthier, more nutritious lifestyle, one that has some fitness or workout built in, and because of which we've helped our customers lose more than 4 million kgs of weight, which has obviously helped in its own way to reduce the risk for COVID, besides obviously reducing risk for lifestyle diseases like diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol, and PCOS. So it's been an absolute honor and a privilege to serve India and Indians worldwide in these times and by helping people be healthier and fitter.
That's an interesting number that you put out there. 4 million kgs of weight is what India has lost over the last couple of months during the lockdown. But, talk to us about the kind of growth that you've seen in subscriber base. And in terms of active users, what is the indication out there?
Well, our paying subscribers itself have more than are 250% of where they were. So they've more than doubled in the last 1 year. And, that's been exciting. We have live subscribers are now upwards of 1.5 lakh, so 150,000 of live subscribers. Our total cumulative subscriber base has crossed nearly 4 lakh or 400,000 today. And, these 1.5 lakh subscribers are today giving us a run rate revenues of more than $25 million annualized. So, it's been a privilege to deliver there are very few digital companies in India that are providing a digital subscription and earning those kind of revenues. And it's been a privilege to build a company at that scale. We still remain true to our nature of being all virtual, all digital. Half our subscribers today use our AI plan and half our subscribers today use our human coaching plan, which is also leveraged by AI. So, a technology-enabled digital health platform that has reached this scale, it's been quite awesome to have built that and to have honed that in these last 1 year, while delivering impact. So the whole purpose behind Healthify Me was to build a sustainable enterprise that delivers impact at scale, and in a self-sustaining manner. And it's awesome that I think, finally achieved that.
When you talk about the kind of traction that you've seen over the last couple of months, I wanted to understand, where are the users coming from? Which cities are you seeing maximum traction from? Because, when you look at a lot of the other apps and, when you look at even e-commerce, it's the smaller towns that have driven growth for most companies. So for Healthify Me, I'm just curious to know where the real growth has come from.
At the end of the interview, if time permits, I'd love to show you a real live map of our subscriber base. But by sharing my screen. But basically, they come from everywhere. We are a very democratic app in that sense. I think our customers, half our subscribers come from beyond the tier 1 cities. And a fourth of our revenues today come from outside India. So, which is majority being driven by Indian expats worldwide. And then also we cater to Southeast Asian local population today. So North America and Southeast Asia drives that very heavily. But in the other 75% of the revenues today, like I said, half our subscribers come from tier 1 cities, but half come from the long tail of tier 2, 3, and 4 cities. We have colonels in Siachen, we've got people in Lakshadweep and islands and Andaman, and we've got people in the northeast and the deep remote areas as well today, having access to world-class health and fitness advice and taking care of themselves and their bodies and their minds thanks to us. While of course our primary cities remain the usual suspects, but we are one of the few solutions in India that have paying customers in more than 300 cities.
When you talk about the kind of products and features available on the Healthify Me app, when you look at nutrition-based programs, you're also looking at fitness-based programs, which you've launched over the last couple of months. I've been seeing online fitness videos as well being integrated with the app. So is this an area of focus and diversification going forward?
Look, our goal always was to be the one-stop health and fitness solution. Now, the thing is that, the primary change that people want to drive by using apps like ours is to be able to manage their weight. And we know that nutrition plays the most dominant role. They say apps are made in kitchen, and it is true. And so we focused on that element first. And I think, we built the world's first calorie counter for India, and we've added nutritionists on our portfolio. But, that only accounts for 70% of the solution. The 30% of the solution has to come from fitness. So initially we launched fitness coaches as part of our program itself, as part of our coach solution. And then Ria, which is our AI coach, also turned into a fitness coach, not just a nutrition coach. But in the pandemic times, we launched a purely fitness-focused solution called Healthify Studio. My colleague Manan founded it and is running it today within the company. And Studio is basically all live workouts, where you can connect with some of our top trainers, and also from trainers that we have recruited from other countries now, and can basically do intimate classes of 30, where you are, with the trainer, and you get live feedback on how you're working out. And it creates the sense of a community, creates a sense of achievement, and of course releases endorphins and works out, and then which always not just ends up helping you lose weight, but build stronger immunity. And in these isolated times of work from home scenarios, it also helps in identifying with the larger community. Healthify Studio today is doing 1.5 crore a month, and it was launched 8 months ago. So it's clearly grown from nothing. If it was a startup outside Healthify Me, it would have gotten immense excitement around the ecosystem for generating from 0 to 1.5 crores a month in less than 8 months, right? So I think that shows the validation, that shows the customer traction. We are seeing that. And Studio, we have Zumba classes, dance classes, usual fitness classes, strength and conditioning, but also some amazing yoga programs and yoga classes by some of the leading yoga trainers from India and around the world. We also have something for the elderly and something for the children, because when people are stuck in their home, our customers wanted to engage the children and their elderly also in live workouts. So it's turned out quite well, and we're looking forward to seeing where it shapes up from here.
So when you look at 2021 in terms of what the roadmap looks like, I'm sure you have some exciting, products and features that you'd like to add within the app. If you could share some interesting highlights that we can look forward to.
So if you look at our current product revenue distribution, out of the 15 odd crores we're doing a month, 1.5 crores is Studio. Obviously, the good 7.5 crores is our traditional coaching platform, 7.5, 8 crores. We've got at least another 3-4 crores, which is our AI platform, AI-based Healthify Smart, which is basically an AI version of our coach solution. And then last 1.5 crore or 2 crores is our Healthify Plus, wherein it's our most premium offering. It combines our AI and our human being and also adds a doctor. And it's specifically targeted to help reverse some of the lifestyle diseases our customers are facing. And we are seeing good empirical evidence that we're able to reduce HbA1c, fasting blood sugar, TSH levels, hypertension levels, and we help people manage and improve their current exposure to PCOS using Healthify Plus very significantly. So as this year unfolds, the idea is to basically mature these products out, not necessarily launch a whole lot more, but to hone them and develop them better and make them more robust. A specific field of interest for me is Healthify Plus, because I think what I'm seeing is that people with any kind of lifestyle conditions are the ones that suffer the most and are also facing the brunt of the pandemic even more so. So if we can improve our solution offerings there, integrate with devices, diagnostic space, integrate with solutions that can cater to their needs much better, I think that'll be a natural course of action for us. We're also excited about seeing what we can do with helping people eat better. So, obviously we help people give the finest advice in the world about what you should eat, but can we somehow help fulfill that advice? We've tried experiments in that in the past and failed, interestingly, but we're not giving up yet.
Right. I want to talk to you about fundraise. The environment is seeing a lot of funding taking place. Is Healthify Me looking at some sort of fundraising, considering that you have these aggressive plans lined up?
Well, as a good CEO, I'm always looking for fundraising. But on the other hand, let me just suffice to say that we have more than plenty right now. In fact, for the first time, I just think there's been a significant problem of plenty, where there are definitely a lot more funds chasing us than our requirements are at. But at the appropriate time, we'll of course raise funds as and when we want to. But I think this time it will be hopefully and thankfully on our terms with the right partner for the right objectives. So we think we are right now busy. We are already operating level heavily profitable in India, and we're not burning a lot of money, and we have enough reserves in cash. So there's no need to run. The going is really good right now. That on one hand, there's no real need to raise funds, but on the other hand, we have a lot of options. So I'm sure we'll choose wisely.
A final question before I let you go. On the revenue front, what kind of revenue targets are you working for 2022? You've seen some really good traction in the last couple of months, so I'm sure you've got a sort of a blueprint that's drawn up for revenues.
Well, we certainly want to at least double in the next 9 months. That's the current focus of the company. So we're doing 15 crores a month. We want to certainly do 30 crores a month in the next 9 months. That's fairly aggressive short-term thinking. In the next sort of 18 months horizon, we would want to double that further. So, we like to think in the periods of 9 months instead of 12 months. I think it keeps us a little bit more on our toes. And I think in the next 9 months, the goal is to double it.
All right. We wish you all the very best for these revenue targets and the growth going forward. Thank you very much for being a part of the Daily Dispatch, and thank you so much for your time.
Well, time now to say goodbye. Many thanks for joining us on this edition of the Daily Dispatch. I'll catch you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Goodbye and take care.